sweet life.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Cece from Sweet Life of Cece. Thank you for coming back to my channel. First, before we even start, I want to ask you to press that subscribe button, because if you came back, that mean you want to hear what I gotta say. So I need you to join the Sweet Squad so you can get all this good information, all these good cake tutorials, and watch me and all my shenanigans. So I'm gonna give you a minute to go up, hit the subscribe button, and come back. Okay? We good? You're subscribed? Great. So today we're going to be talking about the 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my home baking business. For those of you who don't know me, I started a home baking business about 8 years ago, and I do custom cakes, custom treats, custom cupcakes for all different types of events. So I know today in this economy and in this pandemic that we're all going through right now, we all are kind of looking for other resources and other creative ways to kind of make extra money. So I know a lot of people are thinking of starting a small business and most likely operating it from their home. So I just wanted to give a few tips, since I'm kind of like a little OG in the gang now with running a business, from home and having a baking business. Kind of give you some tips and some things to think about before you actually start. And these are actually things that I wish that I knew, and I wish that somebody told me before I started my business. So stay tuned. Okay, so I started to think about the five of the more important things that I wish I knew before starting a business. So, and I made a list. So if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my list. So the first thing that I wish I knew was to determine exactly what you're planning to sell. And that kind of comes within your business plan when you create your business plan. But you have to be specific, first of all, with yourself of what you actually want to sell. An example of this: when I first started baking, I literally didn't have a real direction. I just really saw cute things on Pinterest that I wanted to make. And a friend of mine was actually having a baby shower in which we were planning. So we actually decided to look up some recipes and, kind of some how-to videos on YouTube of how to make the different treats, because we honestly couldn't afford to get professional treats at the time. So of course we were just looking up all these different cool things, like, oh, cake pops would be cool. Oh, cakes would be cool. Oh, mini pies, like different things, just random things. So when I started my business, I didn't really have an offering list. So therefore I didn't really have a price list either. So I literally was just making things and just posting them. Literally like, oh, I like those cookies, let me post them. Oh, I like those cupcakes, let me post them. The problem with that is that it's like you walking into a store and they don't have price tags or anything, and you kind of being able to walk up to the counter and just request anything. And so now they have to kind of scramble to find this item that you want, or to figure out how to create this item that you want. And that's the position that I was in, where I would have people just randomly finding Pinterest pictures of crazy treats and just send them to me. And then I would be left with actually trying to figure out how to produce this, whether I knew how to make it or not. So, and it also would leave me with the problem of not knowing how much to realistically charge for the item, because I've never made the item before. I couldn't judge how long it was going to take me to actually make it, and I couldn't judge how much the actual supplies were going to make, so I couldn't give a fair price. So I literally was just looking at pictures of things and just throwing prices out there, which, as you can tell, as you may know, it came back to bite me in the butt. Whereas some of my first orders, I actually lost money on them because I charged the client less than what I had actually paid for the materials to actually make it. So that's why I say the first thing you need to determine, if it's a food-based business, you need to determine a menu. Before you start selling, you need to determine how much it costs you to actually produce that item, and don't leave out your non-food supplies, because a lot of us, when we price out things, we only price out the actual ingredients in the recipe. But you also have to price out things like, if you're going to sell food, like the container, a napkin, a fork. If you're going to give out little sauce packets, how much does those little containers to put the sauce packets in? How much does little hot sauce packets cost? You need to factor in all of that into your price, not just, oh, I'm selling a plate of food with chicken, rice, and corn. It cost me $5 to make this, so I'm going to charge $8. That doesn't cut it. You really have to sit down and price out every single item that you're giving them. Even if you're giving them a business card, even if you're giving them a sticker, you need to price out every single item. And you need to not forget to actually pay yourself. You need to factor, how long does it take me to produce this item? And come up with the fee of how you want to be paid. So I wish I knew that, because it would have saved me a lot of running around, a lot of lost money, and a lot of people just sending me random things to make that I had no clue how to produce, where to get the supplies from, or anything. So, number one, come up with exactly what you want to sell. Whether it's a menu, whether you're going to do baking, whether you're going to do cakes, come up with a menu, prices, what flavors you're going to offer, and things like that. So, number two, which is, it kind of leads into number two, which is set boundaries. Another problem that I had when I first started my business was that I kind of was letting the customer tell me how it was going to go, or how things were going to go, which means I didn't have any set standards for my business. Like, let me give you an example. Right now, if anybody places an order with me, they have to pay a 50% deposit of their total in order for them to book the order. That's the only way for you to book your spot. And so when they make that order with me, it's assumed that all orders will be picked up unless this delivery is discussed. And then there's a delivery fee. So now I have an actual process, and I have actual procedures and how things work. When I first started, I didn't. People would order from me, and they would tell me whether they were going to pick it up, or they would just send me their address to deliver it. And I was like all over the place, ripping and running, late for this order because I'm delivering this order over there. And that's because I didn't have a process into place. And also because I was new in this field. So I wasn't really, I didn't really understand, the ins and outs of it. So now, at that time I was getting one order every, few weeks, or every once in a while. So it wasn't really that much to deliver orders. But then it was, because now I've set that standard that I will deliver your order even if you're only paying $20. I will drive 30 minutes away from my house to deliver this even though your order was only $20. And that ends up biting me in the butt in the long run, because now I've almost set a standard that, whatever you tell me is what goes. If you tell me, I want to place an order and I'm going to pay you on Friday, that goes. If you tell me, can you drop this off to my mom's house in West Palm Beach, which is like 40 minutes away from me, that goes. So that's another thing. You have to set your standards. And I know, when you first start a business, you're so excited to get orders. You're just so happy for people to actually be supporting you, that you kind of bend over backwards, jump through hoops, just, so you get that sale, so you can post that picture, so you have that, you have that to add to your catalog. But you have to think about your business in the long run, and you have to think about, is that something that you can maintain over years? Can you deliver every order over years? Can you allow everybody to place orders and then pay you when they get paid? And if that's not something you can do, it's not something that you need to start. Okay, moving along. Number 3, and this is a hard one. You ready for this? Friends and family cannot fund your business alone. Let me add that word, alone. Let me say it again. Friends and family cannot fund your business alone. Okay. So when you start a new business, of course, the first people to actually support you are your friends and family because no one else really knows you. Let's be real. So you post it on your Instagram, you post it on your Facebook, and you're so excited like, "Hey guys, I got a business now. I'm selling t-shirts or whatever, and I want everybody to support me." Okay? And some of them will, your closest friends and your closest family and people who really like you, they will run to support you. They'll support you no matter what you're selling. You can be selling pineapples, they will buy one from you. But you have to get into your head that your friends and your family cannot fund your business alone. And that means even if, let's say you want to start a cake business, right? Or a treat business or whatever. Let's say, how many close family members do you say? Let's say you have 10 close family members, right? And let's say you have 10 close friends. That's 20 people, right? And if each one of them only has one birthday a year, right? So even if every last one of them ordered for their birthday in the whole year, that would be 20 orders for the whole year. 20 orders. And do you think that if you're really trying to make money out of this business and maybe even one day, do this as a full-time thing, do you really think that only 20 orders a year can actually fund your business for the year? Absolutely not. And another thing, you have to understand your target market. Your friends and family, of course, you want them to support you and you're hoping that they support you. We all want them to support us. But they may not be interested in the product that you're actually selling. And it has nothing to do with your work or your relationship with them or anything. I sell $100 and $200 cakes. I have to think about, did my friends and family ever buy $200 cakes before I started selling them? If they never have, then I can't really get in my feelings about them not supporting me because that's not something that they would have bought from anybody else either. You understand? So you have to make sure you understand who your target audience is. And a lot of your friends and family won't be your actual target audience. Of course, most of my friends and most of my family have supported me, but they cannot fully fund my business. Probably 80% of the orders that I get are from people I absolutely don't know. And it's because for your business to actually make income and do well, you have to have multiple orders each week of every month of every year. And there's no way that your friends and family can buy enough anything, no matter what you sell. There's no way they can buy enough of it to keep you busy every week of every month of every year. So don't even keep posting. Every time you complete an order or you make a sample or whatever, keep posting it. But don't get mad or don't get in your feelings or don't feel a type of way because your friends and family are not supporting you. Those are not going to be your majority of your customers anyway. They're not. They just, no matter what you sell, if you sell hair, if you sell food, if you do photography, your friends and family doesn't need a photographer every week. So your target is to, yes, you can ask them to share your information or share your posts with other people on their platforms and things like that, so you can reach a broader audience, but you cannot completely rely on friends and family. So if you're starting to sell cakes or you're starting to do event planning and you see that your cousin used somebody else and they didn't use you, don't concern yourself with that. Focus your energy on the people who do want to support you. You don't have any time to focus energy on people who don't support you. You just keep posting because your target audience is going to be people who are looking for exactly what you're providing, not your friends and family, who probably would never purchase that service from anybody else either. So just keep that in mind. I know we put a lot of weight on our friends and family to support us, but even if they all supported us, they cannot fully fund your business. You need complete strangers who is drawn to your work just because they like the quality of your work. Number 4, promote yourself. Nobody is responsible for promoting your business but you. And the only way that you're going to grow, the only way you're going to get more followers, the only way you're going to get more supporters, more orders, more business is by you supporting. You keep posting every single day. You create a business page. You post. And don't rely on anybody else. Just keep posting. For the first 2 or 3 years that I started baking, I was posting almost every day. Hey, I bake cakes. Hey, I bake cakes. Hey, I bake cakes. And just posting. You never want to feel like you have to beg anybody for orders. And I'm telling you, I run a business, but I also get approached by other people starting businesses all the time. It's no problem for you to be like, hey, just want to let you know that I started a business. I'm selling XYZ. Here's my website. Here's my Instagram or whatever. But you do not want to hound people to support your business. If you keep posting it, you want to get in their head. That's what you do. I want every time you think of CC, you think of cakes. Every time, I just keep posting. And eventually, if they ever plan to support you, they will come around. They will think of you like, oh, I need a cake. CC is always posting cakes. Even if it takes months, years, whatever. If they're going to support you, they'll eventually support you. Some people are just never going to support you, and you have to be okay with that. There's how many billions of people in the world? You don't have to worry about your 500 Facebook friends. You're trying to reach a whole broader audience anyway, beyond your friends and your family. So just keep promoting. If you post a selfie, be like, oh, beautiful day, and I sell lip gloss. I'm wearing the lip gloss that I sell. You know, things like this. This is the color nectarine or whatever. Just find all different kind of ways to promote your business. Just keep promoting and the success will come. Last but not least, number 5, be patient with yourself. I know a lot of us, you start businesses by actually being inspired by someone else who's in the familiar field or in a similar field. More so, you went to an event or you see their Instagram page or their Facebook page and you're inspired. You either really like it and you're like, oh my God, this is so nice. I want to learn how to make it, or I want to sell these. Or you feel like I could do that, or I could do it better. Whatever the reason is for you to start your business, that we're usually inspired by other people. But with that comes you actually comparing yourself to other people. Oh, they got more followers than you. They're more popular. You see all your friends tagging and using them, and you feel some type of way because your friends know that, you know, you do makeup, but they keep promoting this big makeup artist. And that's okay. You have to be gentle with yourself. Everybody started from zero. Everybody. We all started from creating our Instagram or our Facebook and having 0 followers, 0 customers. All we had was a hope and a dream. So you really have to be gentle with yourself. And you also don't know how many years it took those people, how much they went through, how many trials, how many failures they went to actually get through that level. A lot of us want to skip all the steps. You can't skip the steps. We all were once a beginner. I had someone tell me, they asked me for a quote for a cake. And I told them, oh, you know, that design would be $280, right? So they go, $280 for just one cake? Oh my God, I need to start selling cakes. I just need to sell one cake a week and I'll be good. That'll be an extra $300 a week, an extra $1,200 a month. I think I'm going to sell cakes. And I told them that's fine. But for you to be able to sell a $300 cake, you have to first be able to sell a $30 cake. And so a lot of us see different people charging different things. And I'm not saying don't charge you know, charge your worth, make your money or whatever. But you can't look at somebody else's work and see how much they're charging or how much, you know, they're making and automatically think just because you jump in the same field that the results are going to be the same for you. And it's almost kind of disrespectful to that person for you to feel like, oh, I'm going to do the same thing and I'm going to make the same amount of them, and then you feel some type of way because you don't. But at the same time, they've been in this field, they've been in this craft hustling and grinding for years. You have no experience in this field. You never did it. You only heard a price tag, and that's why you're in it, because you feel like, I'm going to do that same thing and make that same amount, which it might not work out like that for you. And on the flip side, it might. You might get bigger than them, but you have to be patient. You have to take the stairs. There's no elevator to success. I told you, I started out making $20 treats and driving across South Florida to deliver them. And now, you know, I'm at a different level now. Am I the best? Am I the top of the game? No, I still have a lot to learn. Am I some expert, some culinary chef? No, I have a lot to learn. But I put in work and I put in years, and I know a lot more than, you know, somebody who's just starting today. So, you know, that's all I'm saying is just be patient with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up like, oh, I will never. On the flip side, you have other people that feel like, I'll never get to that level. I'll never be that good. You never will with that attitude. You have to be willing to just keep going. You're going to have failures. You're going to have orders that you're not proud of. You're going to have complaints. You're going to mess up. But you have to keep going. You're not going to get to that winner's level that you want to get to, or the level of your favorite baker or your favorite chef or your favorite makeup artist or whatever you're trying to get to. You're not going to get to that level unless you keep going. You have to keep going. Be patient with yourself. Take it step by step, order by order. And gradually, as you grow, you raise those prices a little bit. As you grow, you raise those prices a little bit. And eventually, you'll see the success come. But you have to. You have to put in the work. You have to put in the work. You can't just try to mirror somebody else's business or somebody else's success. You have to do what's working for you, what's making you money, and what you're comfortable with doing. So those are the tips that I have for you today. I'm probably going to make another segment of this with some more tips. But I just wanted to kind of come to you guys and kind of give you some of the challenges that I face being a small business owner. And so thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you guys next time. Like, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe to my channel.
Sweet life.